This is the old parsonage, and the structure you see here was probably built around 1815, 1820, and was expanded in the 1830s, and then the 1870s further expanded, but also its architecture changed from being a gable house to a Victorian revival house with a mansard roof, as you can see, and the dormers are very elaborate. They're pointed. There's a lot of work that's been done. It was done in probably about the 1870s when it became Victorianized. This is a whole row of buildings, about 8 or 9 of them here, that were all built at the same time as to have shops and places to live. People lived above their stores, and that tradition endures right up to this very day. Many of these people, look at Peter Lindved's resplendent candle store. He was one of the pioneers of the revival of Sugar Loaf back in 1967, 68, and started that candle business, and it's been hugely successful. This house was built in about 1870, shortly after the Civil War. And houses were given names too. This house was called Ferndale.
Oh.
But up until now, I don't think either one of us really know much about the history of the.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Hamling. Our family owns Ferndale Cottage here at 1376 Kings Highway. I absolutely love living here. Some of the documentation we have is letters from old owners, and they say this has always been a house of community. The door has always been going open and closed and people coming in and out, and we hope to continue that tradition here and love being a part of Sugar Loaf.
This building here was one of a number of buildings that were built along Kings Highway here, our main street, in the very early 1800s, from about 1810 approximately to the 1820s, 1825. They're small. Many of them have similar footprints, foundations, basement sizes. That's how we know many of them were built pretty much at the same time. The guy by the name of Jesse Wood and the LaRue family were developers here in this area in the immediate post-Civil War period. Well, it was a private residence up until about the mid-70s, and then they became stores. And there was a little one-room cottage behind in the back, privately owned by an African-American by the name of Zach Swain. And Jack had ponies, and he would go around and give pony rides at fairs, country fairs and so forth on various occasions. And my wife, Josephine, who lived in Washingtonville, remembers Zachary Swain's ponies. He got to be quite well known in this area. Well, there used to be a delicatessen in Sugar Loaf in the 1950s when I was growing up, and they called it the Dirty Deli because 2 guys operated it, and the cats would almost rest next to a piece of cheese or beef that was being sliced up. But it was very popular for people who were working at the reform school, the state school, just a few miles down the road here. And they would come in here and get coffee and have a sandwich made up for them. But the floors were never swept very often in a thorough way, and the equipment was rather antiquated. And these 2 characters owned it, and one eventually became the supervisor of the town of Destin. Well, it was next to the what is now called the Sugar Loaf Tap House.
Tap House would be in the parking lot?
In the parking lot, yeah. And that was in the storage building.